My name is Sue Cabral Ebert. I'm the president of IATSE Local 706, the Makeup Artists and Hairstylists Guild. The IATSE is the film crews, the television crews, theater. We work at Disneyland theme parks. We are the union that covers all of the makeup artists and hairstylists in the entertainment industry. I am the president on my 4th term here, and so I've got a pretty good idea of what hairstylists and makeup artists go through in order to get into the industry, and I'm here to help guide you along. I am not only an Academy member, a Motion Picture Academy member, I'm also a Television Academy member. And I work within the IATSE on the Diversity Committee. I am the Legislative Action Co-Chair for the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, so I'm also active politically. And here, I'm just a makeup artist. I'm one of you. I was one of the first female makeup artists to get into the industry, and that was back in the late 70s. Yes, I've been doing this for 35 years in the union, and that's not counting the years I did before I got in the union. The Makeup Artists and Hairstylists Guild was formed in 1937. Originally, it was housed in the Max Factor building, now known as the Hollywood Museum, on Hollywood and Highland. During that time, it was before most of the unions had gotten into the entertainment industry. They were in theater mostly, but the televisions, the film studios were starting to unionize. And the makeup artists that were in the motion picture industry got a charter in 1937, and they were some of the first people to have a charter with the IATSE in the film and television industry. I'm sorry, it wasn't even television back then, it was just film. And it was the Westmores, it was the Dawns, it was all of the old makeup artists that you heard about. The hairstylists came into the union a little bit after the makeup artists, and they have been the leaders in the hairstyling for 75 years. All of the films that you've seen that were done in America, almost all of them were done here in Hollywood. And those gorgeous creations on everybody from Betty Grable to Elizabeth Taylor to Angelina Jolie, these are all American hairstylists. There is so much to hairstyling in the film and television industry and in theater that you only get a basic knowledge of when you're in school. Because once you get into our industry, then you have to learn everything from wigs, continuity, stunts. You have to be able to do period hairstyling the correct way, not with electric appliances, but with hairstyling irons and ovens, and do it the way they did it in order to get the authenticity. You have to be able to duplicate it. You have to learn your continuity. You have to learn everything from lighting and how certain colors will affect the lights. And you have to be able to do it either in a sound stage sometimes or hanging off of a mountain at 5 o'clock in the morning. So it's not a business for sissies. I have great respect for every one of our members. They've worked very, very hard to get here. And it is not something where you can just walk into our offices and pay to get into the union. You have to earn your way in. You have to earn your way in through hard work, dedication, perseverance, and a little bit of luck at the same time. The film industry is a fickle, fickle being. But I can't even imagine having not been in the film industry. And I can't ever imagine being in the film industry and not having been in the union. That was always where I knew I had to be. Because the union has always been the standard of the tops in the business. We are the ones who have 95% of the Motion Picture Academy members. Our union has them. And probably 85% of the Television Academy members are also in our union. So we set a very high standard for a reason. We also cover not only film and television, we cover network television, which is the facilities at CBS and NBC. We do commercials, we do theater, opera, ballet, and we have new media, which is productions that are done for the internet. And our contracts also cover the hairstyles or the cosmetology department at Disneyland, the people who make everybody from Snow White to the dwarves. Our people develop all those characters. Now they want me to brag about my credits. As I was talking before we started filming, because we are among so many hyper-talented people, we don't need to tell everybody how wonderful we are. I did the greatest this and I did the greatest that, because I'm standing in this room with the history of 75 years of not only Academy Award winners, but the people who really laid the groundwork. I have 4 Emmy nominations. I have 2 Makeup Artists and Hairstylists Guild Awards, which mean to me more than anything, because it was an award show that we had for ourselves, and it was an award that was given by my peers to me for the work that I did. And I have 2 of those, and I love them. I don't have an Academy Award nomination, but oh well. But I'm one of 6,000 people in the entire world, I finally figured out, that's a member of the Motion Picture Academy. So that's quite an honor in itself. The Television Academy as well. I don't know how many members there are of the TV Academy, but I had to have been voted in. So somebody must have liked my work somewhere along the line. People have asked, what kind of money do you make getting into the union? Well, there's no set answer, because we have so many different kinds of contracts, and even within film and television, we have at least 20 different contracts that we deal with. You can make anywhere from minimum wage to infinity. It has more to do with what you bring to the table, but it also depends on what the budget of the production is. If it's a production that only has less than $1 million to work with for camera, grip, electric, the actors, everybody, and craft service, they're not going to be paying you $50 an hour. They don't have that kind of money. However, if they are productions like what I was discussing, Pierce Austin, who just did After Earth with Will Smith, he can make some pretty good money. He brings a lot to the table, and he runs a great department. He's a good department head, and because the budget is larger, it will afford him making more money. I don't know exactly how much. We also have people like Kim Kimball, who is Beyonce's hairstylist. Most of these people get a fairly good buck. We have one member in particular by the name of Judy Crown, who I'm very proud to say is not only a good friend, she and I were initiated into the union the same night in 1978. It gives us a special bond. You know, we all kind of grew up together. We've known each other our entire adult lives. And she went off and did a lot of television. She gives back to the craft. And she is one of the people who trains our hairstylists so that they are the best in the business. You become a journeyman after having been a trainee. Everyone comes into the union as a trainee no matter how much experience they have. After 2 years of working at least 120 days on union shows and taking the journeyman courses, which is what Judy will teach, you then become a journeyman hairstylist, or Todd McIntosh does most of the ones for the makeup artists. And to become a journeyman means the world. It means to producers and to other members that you have gone through the training processes that make you eligible to do all kinds of work. It also shows that you have commitment to your craft. And Judy has tremendous tremendous gifts, and she gives back to the crafts. She's dedicated, she loves the work, she loves the students, and she believes in praise. She's a great, great teacher, and I'm very proud to say she's also a good friend. The way to get into the union is difficult. I won't make any bones about it. It takes years. Randy Sayer will be coming to the school and will be discussing with you the exact way to do it. But if you're talking about getting into film and television, it takes normally a minimum of 3 years. And all of your work has to be based in Los Angeles County. You can travel, but it has to be, again, based in Los Angeles County, and the producer would have to pay you. So it's what's called a 60-60-60. 60 days of non-union work per year for 3 years out of 5. It doesn't have to be sequential. This is 2013, so go back 5 years, anything from 2008 on. But again, Randy will go into the particulars for you. Sometimes people get lucky and they're working on a non-union production, and it happens to get organized into a union production. If that were the case, then after 30 days of work on that production, you would also be eligible. There's a reason it's called show business. I will tell you, always keep your records, always, because at some point you're going to need to reference them. It's called business. They don't say, we'll let you in because your grandmother wrote a letter saying that you were really good. No, it doesn't work that way. The producers have very strict qualifications and eligibility rules. So, again, keep all of your records. If you're going to be a pro, get paid, because contract services does not acknowledge anything that is not a paid production. We all start out doing student films, and that's where I recommend people start out, because there's so much to learn in our business. Either as a hairstylist or a makeup artist, you have to learn a whole new language, and you have to learn set disciplines. You have to learn protocols. It's not the same as in the salon, but you're also talking to someone who was the first makeup artist crew member to go to the Taj Mahal and get paid for it. I've been all over Europe, I've been all over Canada, I've been to Asia. I can't imagine a different life. I've gotten to travel to places that other people have never been to. I've gotten to hang out. I mean, you're talking to somebody who got to play poker with Mel Gibson in a snowstorm in New York. Who else gets to say that? And I beat him, by the way. As I've said, the business is tough, but that doesn't mean you can't make it. You can. And it just takes a lot of gumption. It takes a strong backbone, a little bit of luck, and a lot of perseverance. We laugh all day on our jobs. They're difficult jobs, but we learn to laugh, and that's one of the best parts. We get to work very, very, very hard. A normal day is 14 to 16 hours, and or as we say, we work 8 hours, and then we go to lunch, and then there's the rest of the day. But I just got an email from Will Smith's hairstylist, and he had just gone to see a screening of a film that is just being released this week. And he said there's absolutely nothing like seeing your face, or not your face, but seeing your name on a credit, 30 feet wide, 50 feet tall, and your name's on the movie, and everybody in the world is seeing it. It's quite a life.